Why do some kids treat a green pea like it's declaring war? Or zone out in class, lost in a squirrel spy movie in their head? Others erupt like volcanoes over a sandwich cut wrong. These aren't just quirky habits, they're clues to deeper struggles. From beige-only diets to tiny rebel rages, we'll decode 8 wild kid behaviors with stick figures to show what's really going on in their minds. Ready for the countdown? Let's dive in. Ever felt frustrated when a kid refuses food that's not beige or throws a fit over a changed routine? These aren't just tantrums, they're signs of struggles like ARFID, ADHD, or anxiety. Understanding them helps you respond with empathy, not anger, building stronger bonds with kids. About 1 in 10 kids face these challenges, from silent school days to rebel rages. Our stick figure countdown will show you what's behind these behaviors, like a brain on Netflix autoplay or a tiny volcano. You'll learn to support, not judge, turning chaos into connection. Stick with us to decode these quirks and help kids thrive. Imagine a kid who only eats beige, crispy foods like chicken nuggets shaped like dinosaurs. A single green pea on their plate. It's a declaration of war. This isn't just picky eating, it's ARFID, avoidant/restrictive food intake disorder, affecting 5 to 10% of kids. Stick figures show a child sorting food like a serial killer organizing trophies, rejecting anything wet or colorful. Their thoughts scream, "This yogurt's new lid will ruin me." ARFID stems from sensory issues or fear of new foods, not defiance. A changed package can trigger a meltdown, as textures or colors feel like threats. These kids aren't being difficult, they're fighting a battle where non-beige food is the enemy. Empathy is key, don't force that broccoli. Instead, try baby steps. Stick figures might show a kid looking at an apple, then touching it, slowly building comfort. Research shows gradual exposure helps. Parents, don't judge, support their journey to expand their plate. This beige-only world is tough, but with patience, kids can grow beyond it. Picture a kid staring out a classroom window, lost in a squirrel spy movie in their head, while the teacher calls their name 5 times. That's ADHD, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, affecting 7% of kids. Stick figures show a child fidgeting, their thoughts a chaotic Netflix on autoplay, calculating a leaf's trajectory instead of math. Their brain's prefrontal cortex, the focus CEO, is on permanent leave. They're not ignoring you, their mind is directing an Olympic-level daydream. Kids with ADHD might flap hands or zone out, their thoughts screaming, "Squirrel mission homework." It's not defiance but a wiring issue. About 1 in 14 kids struggle to focus this way, especially girls who hide it quietly. Empathy helps, don't yell, pay attention. Stick figures might show a kid with a checklist, breaking tasks into small steps to stay on track. Research shows structure and patience reduce frustration. Parents and teachers see their creativity, not just chaos. With support, these squirrel spies can shine. Ever seen a kid explode because their sandwich was cut into triangles, not squares? Or lose it over a new route to school? That's emotional dysregulation, not just a tantrum, affecting kids with ODD, anxiety, or autism. Stick figures show a child erupting like a tiny volcano, thoughts screaming, "This is wrong." Their brain's emotional thermostat is broken, turning small triggers into massive outbursts. About 10% of kids show these intense reactions, linked to later depression or anxiety. They're not spoiled, their wiring struggles to calm down. A stick figure might scream over a TV being turned off, their thoughts chaotic, everything's ruined. Empathy is crucial, don't dismiss it as a phase. Research suggests small tweaks, like letting them finish a game level before chores, can soothe the volcano. Parents, you're not failing, these kids are drowning in emotions they can't control. With patience and structure, stick figures show calmer moments, helping kids manage their inner lava. Imagine a kid chatting non-stop about cartoons at home but frozen silent at school, like their voice is held hostage. That's selective mutism, affecting 1 to 2% of kids. Stick figures show a child standing stiff, thoughts screaming, talking is dangerous. Their brain's anxiety alarm shuts down speech in stressful settings, like school, but not at home. They're not stubborn, their mind sees talking as a threat, like pushing a pull door. A stick figure might stay mute when a teacher asks a question, their thoughts stuck, words won't come. It's not shyness but a wired response. Empathy is vital, don't say, just speak. Research shows 1 in 50 kids face this, often girls. Creating safety helps, gentle encouragement, not pressure. Stick figures might show a kid slowly speaking as trust builds. Parents and teachers, you're not failing, these kids want to talk but need a safe space. With patience, their voice can break free from anxiety's grip. Ever seen a kid flap their hands like a human fidget spinner at a noisy party? Or repeat a word 47 times? That's stimmying, a coping tool for sensory processing issues, affecting 5 to 15% of kids. Stick figures show a child rocking or spinning, thoughts buzzing, too loud, too bright. Their brain, like a computer freezing, uses stimmying as a software update to handle sensory overload. They might stare at a ceiling fan, thoughts chanting, "This calms me." It's not weird, it's a feature, not a flaw, often seen in autism or sensory disorders. These kids aren't misbehaving, their world feels like a rock concert that never stops. Empathy matters, don't force them to sit still. Research shows stimmying helps focus or calm anxiety. Stick figures might show a kid in a quiet corner, relaxed after flapping. Parents, you're not failing, these kids are managing a loud world. With support, like sensory breaks, they can thrive in their unique way. Ever noticed a kid clutching their stomach before a math test, claiming it feels like swallowing a porcupine? Or whining about headaches with no cause? These are somatic symptoms, emotions disguised as physical pain, affecting 10% of kids. Stick figures show a child doubled over, thoughts crying, "This test is killing me." Their brain runs a game show, Wheel of Mysterious Pain, turning stress into aches or cramps. They're not faking, their body misinterprets anxiety, like a faulty translator. A stick figure might complain of arm pain, thoughts racing, "I'm so stressed." Linked to anxiety or depression, these pains shift, stomach 1 month, head the next. Empathy is key, don't call it pretending. Research shows teaching kids to voice stress reduces symptoms. Stick figures might show a child saying, "I'm nervous," easing their pain. Parents, you're not failing. Their bodies shouting emotions they can't express. With support, they can learn to name stress, not feel it as pain. Ever met a kid who turns everything into a comedy show? They roast the teacher's outfit or crack jokes when someone drops a tray. That's anxiety-driven humor, a shield for kids feeling nervous. Stick figures show a child joking in class, thoughts racing, "If they laugh, they won't see I'm scared." Their brain uses humor as an emotional bodyguard, hiding panic behind punchlines. About 10% of kids use this to cope with social fears, often unnoticed in boys or girls. They're not just funny, their thoughts scream, keep them laughing, even during serious moments. A stick figure might joke after falling, masking embarrassment. It's not always healthy, failed jokes spark panic, like a force field failing. Empathy is key, don't just laugh along. Research shows validating feelings helps. Stick figures might show a kid opening up to a trusted adult, needing fewer jokes. Parents, you're not missing the joke, these kids are scared clowns. With support, they can drop the armor and feel safe. Ever dealt with a kid who argues like a tiny lawyer over brushing teeth, claiming it's a conspiracy? That's oppositional defiant disorder, ODD, affecting 3 to 5% of kids. Stick figures show a child fighting rules, thoughts roaring, "Rules are my enemy." Their brain's default is defiance, turning requests into battles. They're not just stubborn. ODD, linked to neurology or conflict-heavy environments, fuels constant anger. A stick figure might debate for 45 minutes, thoughts insisting, "I'm in control." They blame others, feeling attacked. Empathy is crucial, they're not bad kids, they're drowning in chaos. Research shows 1 in 20 kids face ODD, often with anxiety later. Don't meet anger with anger, try small tweaks, like letting them finish a game level before chores. Stick figures might show a calmer exchange after redirection. Parents, you're not failing, these kids need structure to feel safe. With support, their rebel fire can spark leadership, not just fights from beige food battles to tiny rebel rages. Our stick figure countdown decoded 8 kid behaviors: ARFID, ADHD, meltdowns, silent voices, fidget spins, mystery pains, joke armor, and ODD. These aren't just quirks, they're cries for help from brains wired differently. Empathy, not judgment, is key. Try baby steps for ARFID, checklists for ADHD, safety for mutism, breaks for sensory overload, words for pains, trust for jokers, and structure for rebels. Stick figures show kids thriving with support. You're not failing, see their struggle, not defiance. Learn their language to turn chaos into connection. Seen a kid fight a green pea like it's war or argue like a tiny lawyer? Share your stories below. Our stick figure decodes showed these quirks or cries for help. Subscribe for more kid behavior breakdowns. What's the wildest kid moment you've seen? Comment and let's connect. Next, we'll tackle teen tantrums with stick figures, bigger chaos, same fun.